Welcome! Today we are taking a look at the Kokuyo Camlin watercolors. I have put mine into a pretty standard tin, so nothing special here. The tin didn't come with the colors. I ordered years ago a 12 tube set, which contains 20 milliliters. They also offer sets with 9 or 5 milliliter tubes or with cakes. And you also can buy tubes individually, at least in India. I don't know if there is any other place where you can buy the tubes easily. Um, I have looked up on their website, and the prices are between 110 to 130 rupees. I've looked up how many euros that is, and it's around €1.10 to €1.30. So it is super, super cheap if you are thinking that a tube for that price contains 20 milliliters of color. So we are starting with lemon yellow, which is a mixture between PW6 and PY3. Normally the PY3 is a pigment where I would be a little bit careful because it can be a very light fast, but also a not so light fast pigment, depending on where they get their pigment from. But I found two sites from artists who did an individual light fast test, and this was not a color which faded. So I'm at least thinking that there should be no problem in using it. So the next color is Gamboge Hue, which definitely is a color which faded, not completely, but strongly enough that you can easily see it. It is a mixture between two not light fast pigments, which is a PY1 and a PO13. I showed you the brush with the lemon yellow in the beginning, and you probably have seen that there is a lot of pigment on the brush. I don't prevent my colors. I only work with a wet brush in the color, so without any work, they pre-wet super, super easily, and you have a lot of pigment on your brush. So next is the vermilion hue, and that is something I really, really like about the brand. They really are super honest with the hue declarations, even with a color like vermilion, where all other brands normally don't include a hue because the original pigment is not used anymore because of its high toxicity, which comes from the quicksilver in it. But like I said, Kokuyo Camlin, all hues are declared as hues, which is a big, big plus in my personal book. This sadly is a very, very beautiful, but absolutely not light fast color. It is a mixture between PR8 and PR4. And on the Lightfastness test I found from artists in the internet, this color faded nearly completely. So as beautiful as it is not not good to use it in any other stuff as training or sketchbook work or something like that, adult coloring, where you don't expose your artwork to light constantly. Same goes for the next color, sadly. Crimson Lake is also not light fast. It is a mixture between PR8 and PR57 column 1. At the time, I've ordered my set from Amazon. I will put links to the products in the description box below for you guys if you are interested in those. To all the products I find. I've At the time, there were only 2 different tube sets available at Amazon Germany. One with more colors, but only 5 milliliter tubes, and one with less colors, which I've chosen with the big 20 milliliter tubes, which has a much lower price per milliliter than the one with the small set. And I must say, from the colors they've chosen here, it is a very good selection for a starter set, maybe, if you just go for the color selection. Sadly, the company I've checked up on their website, where they provide nowadays all the pigment information, because on my old set there aren't any pigment informations, but now you can look it at least up in the internet on their website. But also they have seems to change the tube design and print now the pigment information on the tube. And I've looked up, for example, all the reds and magentas, and there is not um, one color which is light fast. So that's definitely one of my biggest negative points with the brand, that there are a lot of non-light fast pigments used. So the color I swatched just now is Cobalt Blue Hue. This is a mixture between PB 15 column 1, a phthalo blue, and PB 29, an ultramarine blue. And because of the ultramarine, we also we have here a granulation, which is nice because cobalt blue, the original one, is a granulating color as well. This is the only color where it feels like there is white or filler in it, which is normal even in artist grade colors, because the pigments they used for the lookalike are too dark, and all the companies brighten them up with white pigments. The reason why it is not listed here probably is due to the fact that if you are using fillers, you don't have to list it, even if it's a PW4, which is very often used as a filler. This one is French Ultramarine PB29, very beautiful color, very nice granulation. Is a perfect light fast pigment, so no problems here. The next color is Prussian Blue PB27. This is a not light fast pigment. It will not fade completely, but it will definitely fade. But this is a color where all brands say it is light fast, and it is not light fast. So yeah, that's nothing unusual that this one is mislabeled. The website says that all their watercolors are light fast. That is definitely not true. Like I said, I found 2 artists who already did longer light fastness test. So I can definitely say, not only with the pigment numbers like PY1 or PR8 or PR4, that I know the pigments aren't light fast, but I have the proof. I will also put links in the description box to those light fastness tests. They have pictures provided from their swatches, so that you can easily see the results as well. So the next color is a burnt sienna, which is a PR 101, pretty standard, very beautiful color, very nice granulation. Nothing negative to say about it. So the problem for me here in Germany is that no local sellers offer colors from the brand. Otherwise, I would buy colors like the French Ultramarine or the Burnt Sienna as single tubes. And when I ordered my set from Amazon Germany, they were shipped directly from India, which had additional delivery costs and also a lot of customs I had to pay. The set is initially very cheap if you thinking about how much milliliter you get with it. I've paid, I think, around 23 euros for the set. So that is a milliliter price of 9 cents per milliliter. And when you are looking at other artist grade colors, normally you are at around €1 to €2, depending on the pigments per milliliter. So that is really cheap. Like I said, the biggest problem is the light fastness in various colors and the accessibility, because at least here in Germany, if you're ordering it, you have a lot of additional costs, which makes the product around double the price. It is, of course, still very cheap, but I can get other products from, for example, a Rosa Gallery here, which costs me the same price. I don't have any additional costs, and I have also artist grade colors, but much more light fast colors. So at least here, I would probably not order them again, just because it is not very yeah, like I said, you have additional costs and a long delivery time, and I can't order single tubes. But in other parts of the world, you can buy the colors directly. Then it is really cheap. For example, when you live in India, or when you are maybe travel often to India. If I would have this opportunity, I definitely would buy some of the tubes again. So must just think we stopped with the burnt sienna, PR 101, I think. The first green is the Viridian hue. This is a combination of 3 pigments. It is a PY3, a PB15 column 1, so a phthalo blue, and a PG7 phthalo green. It does look like your pretty standard phthalo green, PG7 phthalo green blue shade. I think they probably added the additional other pigments because probably the yellow pigment is much cheaper. Phthalo pigments are not super expensive, but aren't the cheapest as well. So probably that is something just to down the costs. But in the light fastness tests where I have seen this color didn't fade, so the PY3 at least, the lemon yellow also didn't fade, so it should be a stable one. The sap green, I must say, is a color I really love. After the Daniel Smith sap green, this is one I love the most. I used it a lot already. It's a combination of PY83 and PG7. The PY83 is also like the PY3, a color, a pigment which can be light fast or not so light fast, but in the light fastness tests I've seen, there was no fading at all in this color, so it should be safe to use. And like I said, I really love the color. Then we have the yellow ochre PY42, which is your standard synthetic yellow iron oxide pigment, which is a super light fast pigment. Nothing to complain here. And the ivory black, normally I really hate ivory blacks because they are more on the warmer side, and I don't like warm blacks. I like to use cool or neutral grays and blacks more. So normally this isn't a color I like a lot, but in combination with the burnt sienna, you get a pretty good looking burnt umberish color. And the big plus here for all vegans is that they don't use the original pigment, which is PBK9, which is made from burnt animal bones. But I use the PBK7 here, which is normally coal based color. So no animal products are used in this color. So this is very, very good because the ivory black is the most used black in any sets, and which makes all the sets normally not vegan. So we don't have the problem here, which is pretty awesome for all the vegans out here. I didn't read any information that the company uses any animal products like ox gall in their, or honey in their colors. If some of you may have more information about that, please let me know. Also, I would love to know if some of you already have used the Camlin watercolors, if you have the tubes or the cakes, and how do you like them? Because when I would overlook the light fastness problem and just look at the quality of the paints and how they perform, I must say I have absolutely nothing to complain about. That you can work super easily with them. There aren't any problems depending on the performance quality. They pre-wet like a dream. They are super pigmented. Yeah, so from that department, definitely a big plus for the brand. If you're living in countries like India, then they are definitely a very good choice for very affordable, high quality paints. I would say they are on the lower artist grade range because of the high amount of non-light fast pigments. Like I said, when you are want to make art which to gift or sell or to hang up, then you would have at least a lot of colors, like all the reds or all the magenta colors, which you would have to buy from another brand to get some light fast versions, because they don't offer any light fast reds and magentas, and yeah, probably in the yellow and orange department. I haven't checked them all of them as well, but this is often a category where you find a lot of non-light fast pigments in cheaper brands. So yeah, I hope that this review was helpful for you. I would love to hear, like I said, if you have already used them, or if you would be interested to get them, and if you have a shop or so where you can get them more easily, then I would also love to have the information. Because if you're thinking about how cheap they are, colors like the French ultramarine, the burnt sienna, or the ochre, for example, you can use without any problems, and this is just so cheap. And like I said, I've used the colors a lot. They feel like other artist quality paints in their performance. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I would be super grateful for a follow or a thumbs up, because it really, really helps me in the channel a lot. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.